UFL fans, spring football fans, well, it's week 6 already. And I'm telling you right now, for the sake of the league, I am going to be rooting for all the underdogs this week. Just to keep this league interesting for all the fan bases. Somewhat. Now, will it happen? Well, let's talk about that. First game, Saturday, noon, which means it'll be 11 a.m. game at Memphis. The Showboats and the Stallions. The Stallions have been the best team in the league. Something we all thought, most of us thought was the best. And Memphis has been the most disappointing team in the league, something which I guess all of us overrated them somehow. 5-0 against 1-4. That Birmingham defense is awesome. The Memphis offensive line isn't. I don't care if you put down Case Cookus or Toby Williams. You can't do nothing with an offensive line like that against a defense like that. So, even though I'll be rooting hard for Memphis, Birmingham's going to win this game big. They'll be 6-0. And I don't even see this game being close. Call it 31-13 Birmingham. I'll be rooting for you, Memphis. But good Lord, this has been a disaster season. Disappointing season for you guys. That game will be on ABC and also Sirius XM Radio, ESPN Extra, I think it is, on the simulcast. And now, the game that later that day, 3 p.m. here, 2 p.m. at St. Louis on the Fox Network, also on Sirius XM. The 1-4 Roughnecks go to St. Louis to take on the 4-1 Battlehawks. I will be rooting hard for the Roughnecks. I do give them a better chance to win this game than I do Memphis to win their game, because I think Houston actually has a better offensive line. But Coach Johnson has run the most boringest team 2 years in a row. I hope they get rid of him next year and bring back June Jones to restore the Houston franchise. And if they are moving back to TECU Stadium next year, which is good, bring back June Jones and bring back that team's identity. Coach Johnson, listen, he's a nice guy, but I'm sorry, 2 years in a row, this guy's been a bust. He's had a boring team. And the Roughnecks have gone from June Jones and P.J. Walker to Silvers and Wade Phillips to this crap. I do give Houston a chance. I don't see it happening. Houston does play defense, but their offense is nothing to brag about. Their defense is always out there too long. And if St. Louis gets on a lead early, watch out. I'm going 34-16 St. Louis on this one. Sorry, I have to call it as it is. I'm trying to be optimistic here. Okay, next day, 1 p.m., 12 noon Central Time. The Renegades and the Michigan Panthers at Ford Field. This is also a Fox game on Sirius XM Radio. Now, I do give Arlington a chance to win this game. Their defense is not what we thought it was, but this Michigan offense is not that great either. I'm not big on either Danny Etling or E.J. Perry. Michigan can run the ball, and if somehow Arlington can make them, get them a pass the ball, they may have a chance to win this game. Problem with Arlington is they got to face that pretty good Michigan defense, and they're one-dimensional on offense. They have not run the ball the whole year that good, not as well as I hoped anyway. And Luis Perez is, although he's having a good year passing, he's going to be exceptional to win this game. I do give Arlington a chance, but I'm going Michigan 20-16. And Michigan fans, listen, you're 3-2. You're in line for a playoff spot here, and can really put a stranglehold on it if you win this week. Birmingham wins this week. They're gonna be. I think they clinch a playoff spot. Michigan fans, can we show up for this game? Can we get over 10,000? In fact, can we get 15,000? Listen, the Pistons are in. The Red Wings are home. And baseball is its infancy right now for the season. You've had a good football season. Your other teams are bound to make the playoffs. Can we show up for this game? That's all I'm asking. And finally, the game of the week, in my opinion, at 4 p.m., San Antonio comes into D.C. to take on the Defenders. That is also a Fox game on Sirius XM Radio. San Antonio's already beaten D.C. once this year, so this game is big for D.C. In fact, this is the most important game for the league this week. At bare minimum, if you want to make this league just a little bit interesting this year, D.C. has to win this game. Can they win? Yeah, I think San Antonio is beatable. Problem is, the DC defense, although it's pretty good, they're out there too long because Jordan Ta'amu was running that offense by himself. Losing 3 receivers in the back, and even Puka Williams on special team has hurt this team. Too many drop balls. They can't run the ball. Jordan Ta'amu is probably their lead rusher this year, which is not good because he's bound to get hurt. You don't want your quarterback being your leading rusher. This is pro football. May not be the NFL, but it's still the UFL. You don't want your quarterback running the ball. Now, the weather for this game is not going to be good. It'll be 70 degrees, but it's going to be messy. It's going to be a lot of rain that day. Now, with that, is which team can run the ball the best? I think this will be by far the best game of the week. We need DC to win. I want DC to win because they're my team. Oh, this is the toughest one to call. Problem is, Wade Phillips sees play defense. And he knows Greg Williams very well. Will DC show some pride and show up at home this week? I'm going with San Antonio. I'm going with San Antonio. It'll be a wet, messy game. It'll be a defensive game. But San Antonio just has more on offense this year than DC does. The exact opposite of last year. I wouldn't call the San Antonio offense the run and shoot of June Jones of 2020, but they're still pretty efficient. And right now, there's nothing efficient about what DC does on offense. So I'm going to go with San Antonio. I'm going to say 24-16. And if this happens to what I think is going to be the way I predicted it, this season's over already, because it's going to be Michigan versus Birmingham in one conference final, and it'll be San Antonio and St. Louis in the other conference final. But right now, St. Louis holding the tiebreaker. Now the Brahmas and the Battlehawks will face off in Week 10. But if everything goes to where I predicted this week, the rest of the year is going to be pretty boring, because next week, the game of the week is St. Louis at Birmingham, which is going to be a great game. It could be a preview of the championship. But the other games aren't. I mean, you could maybe make a case for Michigan and D.C. That's it. Week 8. I don't see any good games week 8. I mean, maybe DC could go avenge St. Louis and St. Louis. I don't see it. Week 9, we have Birmingham at San Antonio. That will be a good game. And week 10, you have San Antonio and St. Louis, which could be for the division title and home field for the conference championship game. And these two teams could possibly meet on back-to-back weeks, as well as Michigan and Birmingham, who meet also in week 10 at Protective Stand. They can meet back-to-back weeks also. The others by then will just be playing at the schedule. So let me know what you think. If anyone can be more positive about this week than me, please share. I'm looking for something to hold on to. This is a bad nightmare for the league to be top-heavy this part of the year, and it'll be even worse if the Final Four is pretty much set after week 6. Because you're talking about 4 weeks of pretty much 4 teams playing for something, home field advantage, and the others just playing for the schedule. All right, for all of the football fans, enjoy the games this week. Hopefully they're all close. Hopefully I'm wrong on all my predictions. I am hoping I'm wrong. But we'll talk to you later.